I am really pleased to introduce Marty Baker. I'm gonna make this real fast because I want y'all to hear what Marty has to say. But Marty has had her own salon for over 30 years. And a few years back, she decided, well, I'm gonna get back to the community and I want to help the homeless. So in 2016, she started Care Cuts. They'd go on Sunday, they would cut the hair of homeless. They have grown to now they offer much more than just haircuts, clothing, food, and so forth. I'm so happy to introduce Marty Baker.
Thank you so much. So just to add to what she said was, after going so long, we realized that they weren't moving forward. We were meeting people that had been in Carm for 8 years and all these programs and Salvation Army, they'd been there forever. And I said, Joe, why don't you get a house of your own? And he said, well, I don't really have an ID. You don't? I said, you got a social security card? No. You got a birth certificate? No. So we got a mailbox. And that totally changed the dynamics of Care Cuts. So now we're doing housing, we're doing rehab, we're doing detox, we're working with a lot of mental illness. We have nurses and doctors and psychiatrists that come and volunteer, and we get them to move forward quickly. And it's really, really grown, as Susan said. I just cannot tell you how much this ministry means to me. Because we're not a business, we're a ministry. And so instead of haircut, we care. That's how Care Cuts came in. So it really is, seems to be a secret. Raise your hand if you've heard of Care Cuts. Wow, we are growing. Yes. Tala was one of the first ones that interviewed me. Elizabeth has served there with her kids from Webb. I invite you. It's not about me. I would like to show you a video, some stories and testimonies. I have Myers Morton. He's going to speak just a little bit today. He is board of director, and I have David Akers right here. And so after we see the video, I'm going to take a few questions, and then we have a live testimony for you. I don't know how else to explain Care Cuts except for to hear from someone that was homeless and found Care Cuts. So we'll watch the video.
I understand that it's hard for many to be motivated for causes like this, because I was once apathetic to the homeless community. I looked at the homeless community. We could have just drug addicts by their own choosing in here. That's not the case. Very few of them ended here because of addiction. They got here through an underlying condition, typically mental illness. And they didn't have the services provided to guide them in a direction to avoid the homelessness that they're now suffering. And just because they're homeless today doesn't mean that they should be homeless forever. And we can fix that through Care Cuts. We'll guide them to the services that they need.
You get people that come back to you and they wait and they want to see you and they want to talk to you and tell you about how long they've been sober or how they get housing or how they got a job, and little things like that we take for granted they don't. And when they start seeing that change, their confidence grows, and you can see that.
Got a picture ID card, I got a cat card. You got my ministers for me, you got my ears for me, I'm all different, I'm all made up again. They're wrong with that. So I can begin, like I'm a person.
This is about giving completely to do. The right thing in return is that the government feel like they're able to go out there with more confidence than they can.
No, when you get to step in and help these people and make a difference in their life, the blessing is over. Here does help a lot of people here in Knoxville. haircuts has opened my eyes to see in a way that I see so differently now. We can make a difference. Through haircuts, we are making a difference.
Here, can give me hope and dignity. Haircuts give hope. Haircuts gives me hope.
Haircuts change.
So I would like to introduce you to Myers Morton, and he was a gift. Does anybody know Myers Morton here? All right, so you know he's a gift.
I showed up a little while back at the haircuts one Sunday morning, looking for a place to worship, and met Marty, and it's the most incredible experience of my life. It's emotional, I'm sorry. But I told Marty I did not want to be on the board, and I don't want a key. Now I have a key and I'm on the board. But the experience is incredible. It's not far from here. It's ground zero. It's difficult to describe the despair and the sorrow, but when they come in and we're 300 people on Sundays and we feed them lunch and breakfast, we give them clothes, we love on them, and it's overwhelmingly wonderful. It's incredible how these people appreciate it and how it makes them feel that they're worth somebody, and they survive. And they go forward, they have jobs, they have places to live. And I'd say 60–70% of our volunteers are people that came through there and survived. And they're religiously, and it's just an absolutely the most wonderful experience I've ever had. It's also at times unbelievably horrible what people go through. But Care Cuts is extraordinary, and we're working on a business plan right now where we're going to be open every day to welcome them and be able to spend more time with each individual. And it's extraordinary the difference that Care Cuts is making, not only in my life, but everybody that walks through there. It's extraordinary, and so is Marty.
Oh. So it's not even a haircut. So who trusts their hair cutter? Raise your hand. All right. So if people don't trust you, how can you help them? So getting to spend, COVID did that for me. We only went once a month, and then COVID, I went every week because they were the least of these. And so that's what I learned from COVID, that God wanted me to go and serve. And so when COVID disappeared, or whatever you want to call it, that my board wanted me to go back to once a month, and I said, no, I'm not. I'm getting to know them. We're getting to place them. We're getting relationships. We have met an artist. I mean, we've met so many testimonies, but at this time, I want to introduce you to David Akers. David was raised over here in South Knoxville. Come on up, David. David actually lived with me and my husband, and he's going to tell you his story quickly. I know we've probably got about 5 minutes, maybe. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm David Akers. I'm 66 years old. I was born and raised on Tennessee River. I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, by the grace of God. I'm recovering. But I've been out on the streets many years, and a lot of years I haven't been on the street. I'm doing good for myself. But I just got, the alcohol took control of me. Even though I didn't want to. I had no choice. I became an alcoholic. I started drinking to fit in. Then I started drinking because I liked it. Then I really started drinking because I had it. Day and night. It turned out like treating sinners, says I wouldn't. I'm not the one that can't do anything. And I said, I'm drinking 3 or 4 fists a day and I'm here willing to get help. And I won't talk about my God, because I went to my knees. My God brought me through DTs right then, not later. He worked on me right then. I got 20 months sober. By the grace of God and Marty Baker and Archie Baker, Haircut Ministry, I would have never done it. They give me hope. They make me feel like somebody. They wanted nobody except for what I had before. It's only a drink or a punch in the face. I'm not that kind of person. And God showed me that. And today, I'm just very grateful to be a part of Haircut Ministry. I'm a leader there. I lived in this apartment and I got evicted during the COVID when they wasn't supposed to be evicted, no one. But now I have me a car, my driver's license. I have my own park with 50 units, and I am the residential manager. Tell me, my God, the Haircut Ministry is not awesome.
We love David. Well, I can't leave it there. David, sing you a song. David wrote a song.
I know he's gonna do that.
This is Rainbow.
Yeah, I think today's rainbow. It came to me 3 nights in a row. I'm not no songwriter and I'm not no singer. You just fix find that out. But I call it today's rainbow. No matter where you're going, no matter where you've been, no matter what you're going through, there's always a rainbow at the end. Look up to your maker. He knows where you're going. He knows where you've been. He knows what you're going through. 'Cause he's the one who put the rainbow at the end. Feeling like another storm is brewing. We're all going to make it through. No one else has to die. 'Cause he made us a promise. 'Cause he is the one who put the rainbow in the sky. Yeah, he's the one who put the rainbow in the sky. Thank you, Lord, for today.
Wow. David is special. Very special. He went to school with my cousin. And that's how, my, cousin, she said, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna take him. I said, I'll take him. We took him home with us. It was on his birthday, took him to Cracker Barrel, and he couldn't even swallow. He couldn't digest food. David is such a testimony of just what love and care people do. At Care Cuts, we're no barrier, low barrier. As long as you can treat us with respect, we're gonna love you and help you. So anyway, at this time, I'm gonna take questions. Come on, surely you got a question. Yes, sir. We are located right down the bottom of the hill here at 519 William Street. You got Gay Street, and then there's William Street and 5th Avenue right there. The only place that I know you get free parking, on the left is free parking, and under the bridge of the Interstate Bridge, and then right now they tore down the MAC building, and so our volunteers get to park there for free. And we're right across from Adobo Pizza. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I guess when you were talking about all that you did, I was a little surprised because I maybe thought things like CARM would maybe do some of those services, like try to help them get the ID and stuff like that. So can you sort of speak to like what some of these other groups?
Yes, what I've learned, and some, we do a lot of referral to CARM, okay? But CARM, to me, thank God for CARM, they got 300 beds. You know what I mean? They are a shelter. Now they're doing IDs, yes, they are, and doing housing and all this. But if they don't get along with that particular person, it's not gonna work out. They do a lot and they have a lot of success. But then we're in a disaster situation, folks. I've never seen so many homeless. I started with Maxine Rains 18 years ago, feeding the homeless under the bridge in the Lost Sheep Ministry. And so, when I went, I saw that they needed to be cleaned up. That's my story. How can you move forward with dirty and no haircut, no your fingers? So anyway, that's how I started. But, and BMC, they have a wonderful program. They have a 30-bed shelter, you know, but you're talking 30, okay? We have so many homeless now, people that we were meeting that have never been homeless before. So we all work together, we collaborate. I work with the major at the Salvation Army. Pick up the phone, we're full, Marty, we're full, everything's full. So that's why we want to be a homeless welcome day center. We went to Johnson City, went on a field trip. We took Mayor Jacobs' right arm with us, and it's been going since 1983. So that's what we're working toward. We're open today. I booked this before we open. We're open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 9 to 3, or 9 to 2. You're going to just stop by. And then on Saturdays is donation day. We need donations. We need skinny men, blue jeans, really bad. We need belts. They are begging for belts. You know what that tells me, gentlemen? Is the baby boomers. It's not these young guys with their pants down below their knees. It's the baby boomers. People my age, I'm 62 years old. And to the day I die, I'm going to serve these people. It's what God's called me to do. I've lived, I've done everything. But I really love it. I would like to invite you all to come as a group. We had 50 come pack from UT. It was amazing. But if you just want to come in groups of 10s or 20s and really get the feel of it, that's wonderful. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am. We take donations now on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 9 to 2 because we're open for our homeless resource day center. And then we are also open on Saturdays from 9 to 1. Yes, ma'am.
Greatest need of organization, like where do you need the most help right now to grow with the homeless population?
We need a building. We rent. So we're praying for a building. And we are on ground zero. We want to stay on ground zero. There's all kinds of buildings out Magnolia and all that. We have to be right with Carm and all them. And then, you know, we beg to get them back into Carm. We beg to, it's unacceptable for me. I'm raised on Clinton Highway, okay? I am local, born and raised, homegrown. For me to go down Gay Street and see Billy and Bob over here laying on the park benches, just, nobody seems to care, you know? Will you get them over to Care Cuts? We'll whoop them into shape. We do. We give them homework. Every Sunday, they leave there with a piece of paper, either to go to BMC, to go get their ID at the DMV. We have vouchers. We partner with Connect Ministry. We need financial help with a day pass. If we just had somebody to buy some cat bus passes. We have, as of right now, we're not getting federal grants or this stuff. We get gifts. We just got a gift from Knox County for $2,500 for operations. But we are grassroots. We want to keep that center. We don't want to be a business. We want to keep doing what we're doing. I think if you go into that federal and all this stuff like the other ministries have to do, I guess, for their overhead, we won't do that. If we do that, I quit. You have to come down. You've got to meet them where they're at. How you doing? I'm glad you're back. This guy that we just met Sunday, he come back today. Oh my goodness, clean and sober, don't even do drugs. Look here. I said, would you please be over the cell phone table? Honey, he went from like this to like this. And here I am up here, and he's watching all the cell phones down here. We charge their cell phones. We've got a shower trailer. We have 5 showers in it, so they can get a bath. I mean, how often do you take a bath? Huh? And then when we started cutting their hair, that we realized that, their clothes were dirty. That's where the clothes come in. I hate giving them clothes. They need it. You can't just walk around with a good looking haircut and all dirty. Then their bodies were dirty, and God blessed us with a shower trailer. It's a 1979 camper with 5 showers in it, and we love it. We're praying for a handicap shower right now. We got a lot of people with one legs. We can't get them in that shower. But what we got, I ask you to come. You know, we need you to come and see, and we call it our church. We sit in the pews. I'll never go back. I found my church. We have pastors that come there. We have nurses, we have doctors, we have Choice Health that comes there that helps people with, HIV. Oh, I'll tell you a good day to come, October the 11th. We are having a one-stop shop resource day, and that's what I want to be every day, every day. What is that? The Tennessee driver's license bus is going to be there. Cherokee Health bus is going to be there. The food stamp people are going to be there. You ever took a person in your car and took them to, okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna go down here and get an ID. No, we can't get a birth certificate without an ID. And I'm like, what? Okay, so that's how I learned. I did not know. I've just gotten out there like I was homeless, and it's a wonder I'm not. I have a story, but it's not about me. But if you put somebody in your car and try to help them, it's gonna take you 3 or 4 days. Honey, I can do it now, meet them at 8, I can have them back at Carmen at 1 o'clock, and they got, if they're local, I can get them an ID, a social security, the paper where they ordered it, and a birth certificate like that. We move them forward quickly. These girls come down there like me, whether it's a divorce, or their mama died, and they couldn't afford the house, so many stories. It's 2 months later, I don't even recognize them. They go in, you know, to Carm and they've never been homeless. And then one day this guy says, hey, come on over here, we're camping. And she's like, camping? Oh, it's nice. I say, yes, summertime. She goes camping. And next thing you know, hey, you want something to drink? Yeah, we want a little vodka. You want to smoke a joint? And then next thing I know, they got the needle in their arm. And sometimes they do it through a cigarette. I've learned it all. She goes in the tent and never gets back out. And then here comes all his people that he serves drugs to service her. And then one day she gets out, and guess where she goes? She comes to Care Guts. You wouldn't believe how many sex trafficked women and men that we have helped get into Grow Free. If you don't know about Grow Free, it's a wonderful organization. They take them, they pick them up on site, and they take them and restore them. We are just the ground zero. We meet them where they're at. Wesley House. When we get blankets for the homeless, we get the crochet blankets and the quilts. They don't go to the homeless. I'm sorry, I love the homeless, but I love the grannies at Wesley House. Somebody made that with their hands, okay? So Valerie Privet, Sally Sparks, Linda Tillman, they come down there in the net. Potter, they come to Care Cuts and they pick up the quilts and the blankets and all that stuff. We're very resourceful. We're very respectful of your donations, and we don't sell nothing. We give it all away. We have a furniture industry. Yeah, did anybody ever see Tim Hill in that video? Vote for Tim Hill. He has been behind me from 2016. Do you know people come and ask me to do a video with them? That video was for 2017. He's running now, it's 2023. So that's my testimony for Tim Hill.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is Tim Hill gave me a building to store my furniture, a mattress in. The Hot Rod Barn on Broadway. He calls me and he says, Marty. And I said, what? He said, I just said one mattress. He said, you got a whole furniture store. And my friend that owns the Landmark Inn in Sevierville, they had new mattresses coming, so I got all and we had 72 TVs. Long story short, I said, oh, I'm sorry. He said, when do you need it out? He had it rented. He said, by tomorrow morning. So I met this gentleman, Cedar Brook Furniture Ministries. Anybody know about them? There's 5 churches that go together. So I called Mark and I said, Mark, I need your help. Do you know that they showed up with 6 box trucks. It took 6 big ones to fill it up. And they said, here's your key. I said, I don't want no key. I just need you. So now we're part of that ministry. So when you're homeless and you get an apartment, you ain't got nothing. You don't have a pillow, you don't have toilet paper, you don't have a bed. So we're the whole deal. We go the whole way with it, don't we, Dave? Amen. If you got any questions, just call me.